Hello, dear viewers. Welcome back to Let's Play Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. We are Grumbletooth, a very very snaggle-toothed and disgruntled deep dwarf, following Machleb, the god of destruction, and possessing numerous accoutrements. And we are on Zot 5. We are approaching the orb. Looks like this is the little entrance. Let's make an exclusion there so I don't accidentally auto-travel into the really dangerous part of this level, which is going to consist of a small room here, and a large room there, and another large room there, and there, and then the orb is right in here somewhere. Probably directly north of, yeah, probably right about there. Could be a little off, but that's the orb vault. It is the same every time, as far as I'm aware, although the monsters guarding it vary somewhat. There are a number of nasty things that we will encounter here. Ooh, a cursed toe. Off to a bad start. Cursed toes. Ugh. Anything with torment is just really tough for us. Requires a lot of expenditure of resources. Fortunately, we do have a number of resources now. So let's get that going, and, well... yeah, this seems like a reasonable idea. Well, it didn't actually get the cursed toe. But this fire elemental, couple fire elementals that it spawned will help us out. Cursed toes just, I mean, they have torment and they summon various nasty critters. Oh, nice. No torment. We actually, I guess we have a reasonable skill set. I feel like we are a little bit... Oh, that's why. We have 11 levels in invocations and evocations. Yeah. I was going to say, normally I have a skill at 27 by now, but it wasn't really necessary for us to focus anything up to that max. Like, long blades, we capped out at 20. We could use, at minimum delay, any sword in the game, including two-handed swords of various types. Another scroll of blinking is always appreciated. And we don't have a room for a scroll of remove curse. Interesting. Well, we'll eat this pear. And this apricot and this apple. Not really high on our list of things we need. It was a big bonus finding that wand of... Moths of Wrath. I wonder if they can berserk each other. I've never seen it happen, but that doesn't mean it can't. I believe, dear viewers, that I'm going to limit this run to the runes we already have. I'm just going to, upon reaching the orb, grab it and get out of this dungeon. Because I don't think we really have the equipment to go for sort of an extended endgame approach. We have good equipment, don't get me wrong. We have a reasonable set of stuff. That shield, actually, is pretty choice. I am quite fond of it. One of the best shields I've ever found, if not the best. And we have gold dragon armor, which is nice. That sort of thing. This jade ring is what? One of those things? So we actually can find out by trying it on, probably? Yeah, ring of ice. We have no use whatsoever for a ring of ice. The difference between a ring of ice and a ring of protection from cold, though they both give you a pip of cold resistance, the ring of ice also gives you a negative point of... a negative pip of fire resistance. It reduces your resistance to fire. And it boosts the spell power of any ice spells you cast, and reduces the spell power of any fire spells you cast. So, they are somewhat useful. Not always incredibly useful, but they are somewhat useful. Lots of moths of wrath. I am totally okay with having lots of moths of wrath on this level. It will go fairly easy for us if that is all that we face. But yeah, I don't... The reason why I'm not super enthused about the idea of doing the extended endgame with old Grumbletooth here, aside from the fact that he's, 2 days from retirement, is that Torment poses a big problem for us. I mean, irresistible unless, we were to somehow find a source of Torment resistance, which are exceedingly rare. I can't think of any time that I've ever found an external source of Torment resistance. There are some races that, have it built in, but I have never ever found a source of it. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist, and in fact it probably does somewhere. But regardless, we don't have one. And negative energy resistance only goes so far. I think it might reduce some of the damage, but it's not a lot of the damage. And the fact that, we have to kill stuff to heal or use permanent resources just makes me really uncomfortable with the idea of going to, say, the Hells or Pandemonium, where Torment is, practically a staple of the denizens. Lots and lots of Torment. Gold Dragon, Bone Dragon, Tentacle Monstrosity should be fine as long as we get the Gold Dragon first. Or... actually, it should be fine regardless. Yeah. So we can just back up to about here. Yeah. Because, the Gold Dragon could hurt us by breathing at us, but it would also hurt the Monstrosity, which we're okay with. And, yeah, that was what I was afraid of, was the Bone Dragon getting in between us and the Gold Dragon. Though, we're not particularly worried by this Poison Breath. Gold Dragons, I think they can breathe other things, maybe? Yeah, he just is preferring the Poison Breath for some reason. Okay, good. Skills increasing, no scrolls gone. Dodging at 19. Yeah, our stats are quite good. Armor class 38, evasion 28. Yeah. Pretty alright. Wonder... Oh, our lamp is already recharged. I guess the things we're killing do give a boatload of experience for each of them. Let's, try out these staircases. Oh, hi. Hi, buddy. Oh, and I do want to try out this staircase as well. Oh, dear. An orb of fire? Yikes. Well, seems as reasonable a place as any to fight one. I thought we had another source of fire resistance, but... no. Alright, let's see how... yeah, let's see how we do against this guy. Oh, man. They are, yeah, the orbs of fire, geez, are just, they're so powerful. Immune to electricity, poison, fire, and negative energy, resistant to cold. So, basically everything. Glowing with mutagenic radiation, yeah, that means that just by hitting it we can mutate ourselves. There's not the smallest orb which thou behold'st, but in his motion like an angel sings, still choiring to the young-eyed cherubims. Oh, the Merchant of Venice, yeah. Interesting. Well, ow. Ow. Yeah, so our electrocution brand is doing absolutely nothing against him. All of our damage is just coming from the base weapon. There we go. Haha. Well, we reached level 27 off of that. Very nice. Yeah, let's just go with dexterity. I think that the final decision not to do the extended endgame is what clinches not putting more points into intelligence, because we don't have to worry about trying to survive the hells. Oh, I almost went down that escape hatch. That would have been really bad, potentially. Drop me off in one of these rooms up here. One of these rooms up there. Sorry, I forget sometimes that you can't see my mouse cursor as I wave it around. One of these days, I do want to... let's check this out as well. It's nice to know the fastest routes out of the dungeon for when we have grabbed the orb. I may do a recording soon on the web server, the online client, host, whatever. Because there are some things that I really want to try out. A couple of new gods that seem fairly interesting, although I don't want to do it just for that. There are some other things. Anyway, that also will give you a taste of what it's like to use the web client. You can't use the mouse. It's all keyboard commands online. That's why I generally prefer using this, because, you know, being able to just click on things instead of having to go through, you know, like evoke or, you know, drop or whatever. All the commands, of course, still work in the downloaded trunk version, but yeah, I have considered doing that, so I may not. I also really want to do a spellcaster. I have the feeling that these melee fighter types just don't have the chops for all that much of an extended endgame run. You really need some spellcasting capability at some point. I mean, certainly not immediately, but... Orb Guardians. Orb Guardians are actually really not a problem for us. They're just big melee meat shields. They have a bunch of hit points, and they hit hard, but that's all they do. So we are not worried about them, even en masse. See, we can just, yeah, blat. They're just experience punching bags for us, really. Armor. Yeah. I think at this point our best bet is actually just to train fighting. Get long blades up to level 24 and then just train fighting, because those hit points that we get from that are gonna be of more use than, you know, tiny extra bits of damage. There are still traps in sort of the orb vault, though not nearly as many as there used to be. Used to be just littered with them, and it was a very high probability that you would die to a trap if you weren't careful. My first character that got even remotely close to the orb was within sight of it when he stepped on an axe trap, and it chopped off the remaining 90 of his hit points out of, you know, 220 some odd. He had just gotten out of a fight with an ancient lich. Which are somewhat of a problem for us as well. Oh, let's just eat a ration. Oh, hello, Mr. Orb Guardian. Hello, Mr. Ancient Lich. Let's see. Yeah, Ancient Liches are one of the scariest enemies in the regular game. They just have a wide variety of dangerous spells. Greater demons are really strong. They invariably have Torment, or Hellfire, or both. And Orbs of Destruction, as you can see, hurt even at point-blank range, where they are at their weakest, at 25% of their max capacity. If a 4-tile plus... If an orb travels for 4 tiles or more, it reaches full strength. If one of those hits you, you can kiss your keister goodbye. in one or two of those. They're quite painful. 100+ hit points in damage. Of course, we can block them with our handy-dandy shield, since they count as a normal projectile, in spite of the fact that, you know, in my mind, they are like made of antimatter and would just obliterate our shield upon contact. But, you know, I'm okay with it. Okay, so that's that little room cleared out. I like to clear out the bottom rooms one at a time, and then the top rooms one at a time. Hello, Mr. Dragon. Come to us, please. Oh, don't mind that. That was just an alarm reminding me to eat. I'm quite forgetful. Oh dear, this is not awesome. I don't love this situation at all. I've got an Orb of Fire, a Moth of Wrath. I think they can probably berserk the Orbs of Fire, which seems like the most dangerous thing imaginable. Let's use some of our evocables. Do that for the Moth of Wrath and the Ancient Lich. Did it? Moth of Wrath is heavily wounded but not dead. Okay. Well, we haven't been mutated yet. That's a plus. Obviously, the Orb of Fire doesn't care about that that fire. It's completely immune. But these other things, you know. I don't like this situation. And we lost our Scroll of Blinking. Let's read a Scroll of Holy Word. Just the Ancient Lich was affected. Well, that's fine, I suppose. Let's use our Phial of Floods here. Good. It confused the Orb of Fire. One of these days, I really do want to make a... ouch. We don't have electricity resistance. That's one of the reasons why this is hurting us so much. Okay. Good. Got rid of the most dangerous thing. I really do want to make a summoner at one point. I have said multiple times in the past that I'm not a fan of summoning. But partly it's because I'm inexperienced with it. Shouldn't knock it till I try it. Okay, we're gonna fly so we can retreat over the shallow water without... oh, yeah. I think this is where we... Oh, he has Hellfire. Oh. Okay, well, as long as none of them have Torment, we can kill this Ancient Lich. In theory, yeah, awesome. Good. The power of Zot is invoked, I guess, even when other things step on the Zot trap. It still triggers it. Ow. Stop it. Let's, okay. Let's use a Fan of Gales. Kill this Moth of Wrath. And let's retreat for a little while. These electric guys are just eating us for lunch. That was the one downside of giving up our... Okay, good, we survived. The downside of giving up that leather armor was the electric resistance that it provided us. Okay. Alright. We're doing okay. Oh, I really should have hasted myself there. That was a mistake. Yeah, haste would have made that fight much better. Still, That was fine. I'm really annoyed by this Zot trap here. I'm going to try and attract some attention. Sort of shoot this off into the distance. No? Okay. Well, I am not going to walk over a Zot trap just for the convenience of clearing that room. Not even remotely worth it. The reason why we're taking a few extra steps there is to avoid standing with our back to a wall and thus taking additional free lightning bolt hits from this electric golem. Alright. An orb of fire. No funsies. That actually does a pretty decent chunk of damage. Hopefully it's confused by them. Yeah. This seems to be a much better way to fight these things. Man, still no malmutations. This Amulet of Resist Mutation is doing work. It is earning its keep. Many times over. And these elemental evocables are actually way stronger than I initially gave them credit for. Oh, a killer clown! A comical figure full of life and laughter. It looks very happy to see you, but is there a slightly malicious cast to its features? Is that red face paint, or something altogether less pleasant? Huh. All the world loves a clown. Well, killer clowns... well, that one walked right into a teleport trap, and I would imagine that's the one that... A golden dragon appears out of thin air? That hardly seems fair. Anyway, killer clowns do elemental damage based on what color they are at the moment. With, I believe, cold being the most damaging. But, I mean, we have a decent set of resistances going on here. Yeah, we've gained a handful of levels of fighting, and we've gone up significantly in base hit points because of it, up to 262. Yeah, I think it's perfectly reasonable just to keep on fighting for the remainder of this level. We're doing decent enough damage that I'm not super worried about training long blades for the few additional points that it will provide us. Hello, Orb Guardians. Please, attack me. I like you. It's nice and relaxing not to have to worry about torment, or crazy elemental attacks, or hellfire, or... yeah, all of those things. Alright, dear viewers, there it is. The Orb of Zot! Once you have escaped to the surface with this invaluable artifact, your quest is complete! Which is pretty swell. Yeah, see, these Orb Guardians, like, absent an elemental attack of some sort, or a magical attack, we really don't take damage. Like, at all. In fact, I kind of want to kill this Orb Guardian next to the Orb of Fire first, so that we can start hacking away at it, and then use these guys to heal up with Makleb's favor. I bet a Stone of Tremors would be useful here. Didn't do quite as much to the Orb of Fire as that Phial of Floods did, but still doing some work, actually. Still doing a lot of work. Man, Those elementals coming in handy. Did we gain another skill level? No. Did we get mutated? No. Good. The only good orb of fire is a dead orb of fire. Oh boy, we found a spear. Okay, so we can actually grab the orb and run if we want. The only thing I'm worried about is if there's stuff over here, like it coming around to meet us as we go around this way. So I think I am going to go ahead and clear out the rest of it. It's not necessary by any means. And one valid, though generally suicidal tactic for retrieving the orb is if you've run out of resources by and large, or you just you made it down here without gaining any levels or something, you actually don't have to kill anything to make it down here. If you are sneaky enough, you can just grab 3 runes from under the noses of their various guardians and peace out. Oh dear, yeah, those shifters are rough. They like to translocate you, and when there are many dangerous things around, translocation is a bit annoying. I feel like we found an amulet of stasis at some point, maybe? Amulets of stasis are incredibly useful against these shifters. Of course, so is, bashing them in the face till they're dead. But yeah, one viable strategy is to just read scrolls of teleport until you randomly land in the same room as the orb, grab it, and then try and teleport back out. You can't control your teleports, obviously, so it is purely random, and without the ability to kill anything in here, you're likely to die. But, if you have no other option, if you're gonna die anyway, you might as well. Just hang out here for a moment until these guys show up. Fighting skill at level 20. Yeah, when you focus one skill on Zot 5, it goes up pretty rapidly. Blat. We are pretty strong. This damage, the deep dwarf damage shaving is really nice. Lack of regeneration, bad against torment. Damage shaving, really nice against everything else in the game. Yeah, that's, wow, 27 minutes for Orb 5. That's one of the fastest clears I think I've ever accomplished. That's something to be proud of in and of itself. Alright, yeah. Well, some preparations. Let's get a few more charges. Yeah, 9 charges on our Wand of Hasting. We will want to just burn through those. And let's charge our Wand of Heal Wounds, just in case. Let's use one of those charges to cure up those rotted hit points. What else? Let's switch to these Boots of Running. Well, is that better? I think I'll keep these as a way to get past troublesome foes. Pardon me. Pardon me for one moment. Alright. Okay, let's just take stock. I really don't want to do anything else in this game, I don't think. Yeah, our helmet's at -1. Yeah, we would just be corroded to oblivion in the slime pit, so that rune isn't worth getting. We're not nearly strong enough for the Hells or Pandemonium. Yeah, let's just win. The Lords of Pandemonium are not amused. Beware. Alright. So when you grab the orb, it starts sort of yelling and surrounds you in this crazy mystic fog. Oh god, a Pandemonium Lord. No going. Now going. I assume the P is silent. It's a spiny body with small bat-like wings, and it moves with an unearthly grace. Yeah, well, whatever it does, we're peacing out. We are out of here. Bye! Yeah, there are going to be all kinds of nasty things spawning and trying to chase us down. Which is why we generally want to be hasted. At this point, contamination, mutation, we don't care about. As long as we get out of here. Ugh. Hunger. I guess we could take a few turns to eat something. Thanks for standing on the doorway there, Orb Guardian. Alright. We're back in the depths. 19 levels to go. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. More Orb Guardians, that's fine. Oh, Orb Guardians are also super fast. That is the other thing, in addition to being, you know, really buff. Yeah, you also can't control your teleports while you're holding the orb. It is a mystical force that warps space. Oh, another Pandemonium Lord. Palual. Has a waif-like body with huge bat-like wings. It looks incredibly angry. I bet it is. We're stealing its orb. Oh, man, we're gonna have to kill this guy. Oh, he's so strong. There's another demon. Oh, yeah, I got him. Ha ha ha, that's very satisfying. One thing we could have done would have been to go to our stash and pick up a bunch of random junk and carry it out with us to increase our score, but I don't like doing that. I think that's a little cheesy. Okay, we're back in the dungeon proper. 9 levels to go. Oh no. Oh no, dear viewers, we got stuck in that pod level without a means of escape. Let's try this one. Oh no, it doesn't have a... this is what I get for not checking my escape routes here. We're spending so much time trapped here. I'm sure you're screaming at the screen. What are you doing, you fool? Fly, you fools. How do we get there? This way seems better. Oh, demons, demons everywhere. Ah, more demons. And a random Tengu. Oh man, that took us down pretty far. Ugh. There we go. Managed to screen him off. Get rid of this sun demon. Ooh, okay. Heal up a little bit. Yeah, just a couple of uses of Torment. That might have even been one use of Torment. Ooh, a Hellion. I think they have Torment. Oh, nope, just lots of Hellfire. Okay. Whoa. Cool. One shot a Hellion. That was fun. Level 5. We're almost there. We're doing it. We're doing it. Level 1. We're almost there. 5 Hellhounds. We've got to chop our way through. Haste. Let's get out of here. Oh, we're so close. Oh, Pandemonium Lord. Sking. Well, unless they kill us in one hit, we can leave the dungeon. So, dear viewers, I think we may escape. Ha ha! We did it! Ba, 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 ba. We made it out with the orb! Oh, that feels so good. That feels great. I'm glad you got to join me for this one. It was a good one. It was a good run. Grumbletooth was a lot of fun. I enjoyed playing a deep dwarf. It had some ups and downs, but a good run overall. And I'm glad you got to come along for the ride. Let's see how our score turned out. Hey! That's impressive. Top score. Neat. I have no idea how it calculates that, but wow, cool. By a significant margin, too. Huh. Well, dear viewers, thanks for watching. I always appreciate your patronage. It's fun sharing these experiences with you, and it's especially fun when we win. Yeah, you can see some of our other characters there. Boob Hammer easily could have escaped with the orb. I decided to try the extended endgame with him, and hubris was his downfall. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Maybe on the online client, maybe with this trunk version again. But probably as a caster. I want to try out a caster. I want to win with a caster. So it's been fun, and I'll see you next time.